Hello everyone, welcome to Auto All About. So for today we are having the all new 2020 Peugeot 508 GT line. So in this video we will have a full in-depth review of the car along with a test drive. Okay, so let's begin. So talking about the exterior design of this car, for 2020 Peugeot has done a thorough redesign for the complete model lineup, starting with the 508. Now, as you can see, this is the all new design language of Peugeot, which gives this car an aggressive and very sporty exterior looks. Up front, we are having this beautiful grille, which is having an aluminium and a black kind of inserts, along with the Peugeot logo in the center. And also, we can see the part of 360-degree camera. There is a camera up front here. And below that, there are no fog lights at the bumper area. Only thing is, we are having an adaptive cruise control sensor here. Talking about the headlights, as you can see, it's mentioned Peugeot full LED technology. So the headlights are completely LED, and even the lumens data, everything is given inside. So the technology is like, it is having an auto high beam technology here. So we cannot put the headlights into high beam mode like manually. It will be done by the system automatically, by the car automatically whenever is required, and whenever there is an oncoming traffic, it will be dimming the high beam automatically. And on the sides, we are having these beautiful daytime running lamps, which acts as the indicator lights as well. And also there are some parking sensors integrated up front and on the side as well for the blind spot monitoring and all. Now coming to the windshield area, we are having some sensors and cameras mounted on top as well. This is as part of the line keeping assist and automatic braking system and all. Now coming to the sides, we are getting here a grey finish, like a diamond cut finish, 18-inch alloy wheels with 235 series tires in all four corners. And the mirrors, as you can see, are black in color. And also we are having a side camera mounted at the bottom of the mirrors. Now coming to the door handles, pretty standard with a sensor outside to lock it, and there is another sensor to unlock it inside. And the windows, as you can see, are frameless. Coming to the side, as you can see, the fuel lid opener is manually opened from outside, which is a capless kind of design. So to open the fuel lid, we don't have any controls from inside the car. We will have to switch off the engine and come out to open the fuel lid in this car. Now coming towards the rear end, the car looks really beautiful from all the corners. So the rear end is also done in a perfect way. As you can see, it is having a black kind of finish for the complete rear tail lamps. And these rear lights, as you can see, are full LED with the turn signal lights mounted at the bottom. And we are having the 508 written at the bottom of the tail lamp, and also the Peugeot logo. Moving below, we are having the rear camera, and also the trunk of the car is completely motorized, and we are even having the kick action to open the tailgate function here like this. Show the legs there and the trunk will open for us. And it is having automatic closing as well. So as you can see, it's a fairly large trunk here. And also at the bottom, we are getting a spare tire. It is not a full size tire, but still we are getting a spare tire and some tools as well. And on the side, we are getting a subwoofer for the focal audio system. And as you can see, the car is kind of a sports back design. So the rear window also opens along with the tailgate. On the sides, we are having the GT line embedded on the window frame itself. And also talking about the window frames, we are having all these black inserts everywhere in the complete window and the pillars as well. So that gives the car a really sporty look. Yeah, on top we are having a sunroof which is not panoramic, but comparatively it is a large sunroof. Overall, it's a really nice looking car. So now let's have a look at the interior. So here is a look at the key fob of the vehicle. It's a standard Peugeot key fob with the Peugeot logo at the back. We are having just the normal functions such as lock, unlock and the trunk release. On here there is no remote start or anything. So to even the tailgate we can open completely and close completely with the press of the button on the remote control itself. So now let's have a look at the interior of the 508. So once we open the door, all four windows here are frameless. As you can see, all doors are frameless and looks really beautiful. So inside we can see there are completely soft touch finishes everywhere. On top we are having this leather kind of finish here. Below that we are having a fake carbon fiber finish, and below that we are having a leather handrest with the controls for the windows. All four windows are fully automatic up and down, and the scroll lock button is also here, and the mirror controls. Then we are having a grab handle and some storage space and two speakers for the focal audio system. And on the door sills we can see Peugeot name is embossed on the door sills here. Having a look at the interior, we are having these beautiful Napa leather seats for this particular GT line model. The seats are having massage function and also memory settings, and completely power operated with power lumbar support. This is a switch for the massage function, and also there is a thigh support which can be adjusted manually like this. Overall it's a really nice seat. You can see the height adjustment control for the headrest also mounted over here. Now let's have a look at the interior. This is the overall interior layout of the all new Peugeot 508 GT line. It's a very beautiful interior and a very beautiful dashboard design. As we can see, it's completely soft touch materials everywhere, and the AC vents are very nicely integrated to the design of the car itself. Below that we can see the same kind of fake carbon fiber finishes, and below that also we are having some soft leather kind of finishes here. In the center we are having some piano black finish in the center console, and also we are having a 10-inch touch screen for the infotainment and a 12.3-inch digital screen for the instrument panel. So to start the engine, we have the start stop button in the center console itself. Push the brake pedal and press the button to start the engine. So you can see there are 3D kind of animations in the instrument panel. We'll come to that in a moment. Before that, on the left side we are having the trunk release button. Double tap this button to open the trunk and double tap to close it, since it is a motorized trunk. And next to that we are having the switch to turn off the line keep assist, and then we are having some card holders here. And then in the center, as we told, the 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster. It can be configured into multiple display modes. I will show you that. As we can see, the steering column is kind of an oval shape. That's because in this particular car, not like the other cars, we have to look at the instrument panel from above the steering wheel itself. So for that purpose they have made a flat top for the steering column. It's a really beautiful steering wheel, and it's quite compact as well. So to control the instrument cluster, on the left side of the steering column we are having two switches for the volume up and down, one for the voice commands, and then there is a scroll button. Once we scroll it on the instrument panel, we can see there are multiple modes we can select. This is a driving mode, in that we are having two dials on each side, one for the RPM, one for the speed. So like this it is working, so you can see. Now again, if we scroll it down, we have multiple options like navigation. In that, the navigation screen will be displayed in the center. And then if we move, we have a personal. This can be configured in the center screen, so we can select what to be displayed on either side. At present, we have the RPM on the right side, and on the left side we have the engine dynamics. Then moving on, we have a minimalist design screen. In that, only the center screen will be present with the current speed, and both side screens will be turned off. Then again, we have the analog looking dials option is there. In that, we'll have a dial on the left for the speedo and on the right for the tachometer. Then again, it is coming back to the normal driving mode. So that is the control on the left side. On the center, we have the horn, and on the right side we are having the media controls. Here, this is the Bluetooth telephone call attend button. Then we have a scroll wheel in which can be used to navigate through different radio stations or audio tracks. And below we have a list of current available tracks. It is similar to the scroll wheel. And then we can select the source from this button. If we select it, we can go to the different sources like Bluetooth or radio or USB. If we have a close look at the steering wheel, it's having perforated leather finish with the piano black finish on top, and some aluminum insert in the center as well as at the bottom, which is having a GT line printed here, and the Peugeot logo and Peugeot letters are there on the aluminum panel itself. Moving on the left side of the steering column, we are having two controls. One is for the lights, one for the cruise control. For the light controls, it is automatic headlights. We can turn on and turn off it in this way. And also the rear fog lamps also having an automatic adaptive function which can be turned on and turned off using this dial here. Below that, we have the cruise control button. So the cruise control here is currently in the off position. If you want to turn on, just put it into the bottom location, which will turn on the cruise control. And behind the that lever itself, we are having two controls, one for the speed up, one for speed down. Once the toggle is in the cruise position, press the plus or minus button behind to turn on the normal cruise control. And for the adaptive cruise control, we can turn it on by pressing this button to select the adaptive distance settings, and then it can be turned on and off using the side button here. Then we are having paddle shifters mounted to the steering column itself, and on the right side we are having again paddle shifter and the wiper control stack, and it is quite normal automatic wipers here. And at the end of the wiper control stack, we are having a push button. Once we push it, we'll have the trip meter settings. Push it again to show the range and the other trip info. It will be temporarily displayed on the dials area. To reset the trip, just push and hold the button. It will reset the selected trip meter for us. Moving on to the center, we are having a focal center speaker here on the center, and here we are having the hazard lights, and the door lock and unlock button is located over here. Now the doors are locked. Now the doors are unlocked. And below that, we are having the 10-inch infotainment screen. On the left side of the screen, we can see the outside temperature. On the right side, we are having the current time. Below that, the driver and passenger temperatures will be shown on each side. And now moving below, we are having multiple toggles to be selected. This is controlling the screen itself. On the left side, we are having the media controls where we are currently in. So once we are inside the media, presently we are in the radio. So if you want to change it, go to the sources. We can select Bluetooth or USB, whatever available options are there, we can select it. And the different preset radio stations can be browsed from these arrow buttons, and press the button to select the station. And if you want to change this frequency, we can go to the frequency mode and we can choose any frequency we want that will be played there. And if you want to see the list of radio stations available, it can be shown as it is. If you go to the options here, we have multiple options, like again radio stations and music files will be shown here. If you select these two options, then there are radio settings. That is just to display the radio text messages and all. And below that, if you have some photos in the phone or something connected, it can be managed from this one. And then we have the audio settings. If you go to the audio settings, we have multiple tabs in the bottom like ambience, balance, sound, voice and ringtone. So if we are in the ambience, we can control the equalizer settings. Currently we are in the personalized, that is a custom mode, and we can select this much options, that is preset coming with the car. And then there is a loudness control, that is simply controlling the bass settings. If we turn off the loudness, there won't be any bass coming out from the speakers. We can adjust that. That's it. Then we have the balance screen. In this screen we can adjust the centering of the speakers, and also we can adjust the volume of the center speaker as well as the subwoofer mounted in the trunk. Then we have the multiple touch tone volume and speed dependent volume adjustment, all these controls here, and also the voice command volume, and also the ringtone volume can be adjusted from here. Moving back, the next screen will be the climate control screen. In this one we can see simple controls. We can adjust the automatic AC on and off from here, or AC itself we can turn off and turn on from here. Then we have the fan controls here. If we turn off the fan controls to the lowest, the AC will be turned off. If we go to the options, we have multiple options. They are like auto mode. The intensity of the air coming out from the vents can be adjusted from here, like normal, fast or soft. And air quality system is kind of a filtration system which can be turned on and off from here. And also mono button controlling the toggle between dual zone and single zone auto. Now it is in mono mode. That means we can control both driver and passenger temperatures together. If you turn it off, it will be controlled separately. Next is the navigation controls. This is the standard navigation coming with the Peugeot systems. So there is nothing much to be discussed. If you go to the menu, we can enter the destination and other settings can be accessed from here. It is not a real-time traffic or any kind of functions available in the system. It is just a normal navigation system only. We can enter the locations from this area and the system will be navigating accordingly. Next is a vehicle settings tab. If we click on this tab, we are having two more tabs inside, that is driving functions and vehicle settings. In the driving functions tab, we have multiple driver assistance systems such as automatic headlamp dimming on off, parking sensors on off, traction control on off, etc. If you go to the vehicle settings, we'll have again another tabs. For the parking, we can turn on and off the mirror folding along with the closing of the doors, or we can turn on and off the mirror adaptation when the car is in the reverse mode. Now it is presently on. If we put the car into reverse, as you can see, the mirrors turn down, and again once it is in the park, it will come up. So that can be controlled from here. And again, some headlight controls are here, like welcome headlights, directional headlamp and adaptive rear lighting system. These things can be switched on, switched off from here. So the directional headlamps is like once we turn the steering wheel to one side, that area will be lightened up for us. And the adaptive rear fog lamp is something which can be turned on automatically during the foggy situations. Then if you go to the comfort tab, we have the mode lighting on and off, and in the intensity of the mode lights can be adjusted from here. As you can see, throughout the door panel and the dashboard, we are having this beautiful ambient lighting. Its intensity can be adjusted from here. Then we are having some other functions such as the door unlock, motorized tailgate door opening function. If you turn it off, we will have to lift the tailgate by hand. And then hands-free opening is like if we show a kick action below the number plate, the tailgate will be opening for us. These things can be adjusted from here. Then we are having the safety tab. In that, we are having the automatic brake function and the driver attention warning, which will warn the driver if the line keep assist is continuously adjusting the car for a long time, and traffic sign recognition, blind spot sensors. These things can be toggled from here. Now moving on, we have the phone tab. It's a normal phone tab only. We'll have the dials here. If you go to the options, we have multiple options like Bluetooth connection and the phone settings. Then we are having the applications tab. In that, once the phone is connected to the Wi-Fi, if you go to the options, turn on the Wi-Fi and then search for a Wi-Fi, the phone can be connected to the Wi-Fi network. From that, we can using a Peugeot application on the phone, we can monitor the service reminder and the total running kilometers, such as multiple data can be accessed from here. Also, the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto can be accessed from here as well. If we go to the car apps tab, it is bringing us the iCockpit Amplify, and the last toggle is also for the same functionality only. Once we click it, it will directly take it to the iCockpit Amplify tab. So in this one, we have two ambient settings which can be configured as per the driver. So once we select the boost ambience, if we go to the settings, we can configure the ambience, such as the lighting, which controls the intensity of the ambient lights, and the ambient setting is for the equalizer settings for the audio system. And below that, we have the driving modes. Currently it is in sport mode for this particular ambience, and then the driver and passenger massage functions. If you click that one, which kind of massage we want, we can select it from here, and the intensity can be selected from the bottom tab. Same for the passengers as well. So once it is set, in a single click we will get all the functions activated together. And moreover, if you want to go to the massage function, immediately just click on this button. It will bring the massage screen again. We can select multiple massage options from here itself. So that is the infotainment system basics. And below that, if you see, there are some controls again for the climate control system. On the right and left, we are having the heated seats controls here, 3 levels. And then we are having a blank switch here, and then there is one control for the front window defogger and the air recirculation, the rear window defogger and the air conditioning system off button. Then again the heated seat controls. Moving below, the center console of this particular car is divided into 2 stages. Below we can see there is a wireless charging pad along with 2 USB connection options, that is for the input as well as for the charging functions. And on top we have this piano black finished center console, and there we are having the start stop button and the drive mode selector over here. Once we press the modes, it will be displayed in the instrument panel. We can adjust into multiple modes by pressing up or down in this button. Below that, we are having the electronic shifter for the 6-speed automatic. So press the unlock button and put it into reverse, neutral or drive, and simply press the P button to bring it into park mode. And during the driving, we can put this M button to put the car into manual mode and control using the available padded shifters. On the right side, we are having a closed compartment for a little bit of storage along with the 12-volt power outlet. And then we are having 2 normal sized cup holders with ambient lighting inside, and then there is a center console storage area which can be accessed by the push of this button. Once it is opened, you are having a light as well as auxiliary input plug with some nice amount of storage area. Once again, this is a look at the seats of the 508. Very beautiful seats, and these are the controls for the headrest adjustments. Down below, we are having a nicely sized glove box. It's having the owner's manual and all other stuffs inside. Moving to the top, we are having a frameless kind of rear view mirror here, which is not auto dimming kind, so just a normal mirror. Above that, we are having the warning lights for the airbags. Then we are having the dome lights, which are capacitive touch controlled. Press here to activate the lights. Press again to stop it. Press in the center, which will activate all the lights inside the cabin together. Above that, we are having the controls for the sunroof. The car is coming with a single standard sunroof, which can be controlled with the push of this button. This is for the shade, and the other one is for opening the sunroof itself. It is coming with the wind deflector as well. Moving on, we are having 2 standard sunshades with vanity mirrors and lights. Now let's have a look at the rear seats. Before that, the hood release button is located over here. Just pull it to open the engine bay. So we are getting a 1.6 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder petrol engine here with 165 horsepower and 240 Newton meters of torque. So now moving on to the rear seats of the Peugeot 508. As we told, there are beautiful frameless windows here and as we can see inside, the focal dual speakers are here on each door, and the similarly finished panels here. On top we have the soft touch panel and the fake carbon fiber trim again, and below that we have the leather handrest and some storage space below. And this is the looks of the seats in the rear. Similarly finished Napa leather seats here. Let's move inside. So once we are inside, the front seats are adjusted to my height, that is 6 feet there, and this is the available legroom for me in the rear. It's quite okay. And also the headroom in here, as you can see, the headliner has been folded outwards to get some more headroom in the rear. But even though the headroom for a 6 feet guy, it is, my hairs are already touching the ceiling here. We are having a retractable armrest here with cup holders. So inside here we have an access to the trunk directly from the rear passenger seat like this. Then in the center we have a small bump over here, and there are two USB ports for charging the devices below here, and also two AC air vents for the rear passengers. At the rear side also we are getting this touch sensitive controls for the lights here along with some hooks for hanging up the clothes or something. There are some little storage areas behind the seats itself. So apart from the headroom for taller passengers, it's a nice area to be at the rear seat of the new 508 GT. To enable the child lock, we have a controls in the rear drawers here. You have to use the physical key coming with the key fob to operate this one and activate the child lock. So let's drive the GT line and see how it performs. First of all, the cabin is a perfect place to be because everything is in a perfectly reachable position, and the cockpit style instrument cluster is also very beautifully laid out, and the view from above the steering wheel, that gives us like a feel of head-up display. That's how it's designed actually. And the readout, everything, it can be configured anyways, but anyway, in all the modes it's quite easy to read and the informations are very clear. And talking about the infotainment system, it should have been improved a bit, the graphics and the touch responsiveness, everything. But even though once getting used, then it will be okay. And also the seating position and the handrest location, it's all placed in a very relaxing way. And also the massaging function of the seats, these things are making the driving easily in this car. The only thing lacks for this car, in my opinion, is the power. Since the 1.6 turbo, it only gives 165 horsepower and 240 Nm of torque. So that is the only thing where it lags. It would have been a powerful engine, at least a 2-liter turbo would have been performed in a better way. And also the driving assistance functions such as the auto steering, like lane keep assist, all these things works perfectly. And also the automatic braking system. These things are also an advantage once getting used. We consider the entertainment, the audio system is a nice one. We are missing a surround sound system here, but at this price point they are giving a very nice focal audio system with a subwoofer. And the other part where the car lacks is the camera quality. Even though it is having 360-degree camera, the camera layout and the quality of the camera. The resolution is very poor actually. Even if we are parking, it is very difficult to find out the parking lines and all in this camera. We have to look it outside itself. It's very difficult. The camera quality should have been better, and the screen also, since it is having very less height, the resolution we feels very much shrunk and it's lacking the quality. That is the only issue I have found out in this system. Since the car is not that heavy, there is no much body roll. See, and the visibility level is very nice, and on top of that we are getting this blind spot monitor and all to support the line changing and all. So that's it, pretty much everything we have talked about the car, I think. So here I am concluding the review of the 2020 Peugeot 508 GT line. If you like my videos, please like, share and subscribe to the channel. We'll be back with this kind of full in-depth videos soon. So till then, take care, drive safe, bye bye.